Okay, we just finished up making the 5 up, 5 down. Now this line we can actually get rid of as well. So we have this. What we really want to do now is we want to do the same thing on the other side because this is that kind of flat thing going across. So you want to go to the midpoint, follow the colored line across. You could do the same thing here. It's really got to be that colored line. You might see that it extrudes just a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I'm actually going to totally go to the other side. That might just help us out a little bit. You want to do the same thing that you did before. So we're going to go up 5, and then we're going to go down 5. And you're always on that blue axis. You got to really make sure that you're staying on these colored axes. So up 5 over here, down 5 over here, and now we can really start doing some major work. So now we want to connect the top here to the top there, bottom to bottom, same thing here to here, there to there. And now we want to connect the top here to the top, bottom to bottom. Now it really should start, hollowing out. And this should really kind of fill it all out once we finish top to top here. Make sure you have a good angle. It might be a little hard grabbing the angles of everything, so you got to move around a little bit. Good. So now that's fully closed off. The last thing you want to do, it's just for the optics, is you want to connect them following the red axis really to the object. So this is part of a tedious aspect of it, but it's really to make it perfect. So you got to make sure you do this part. Good. You're going to do the same thing on the bottom, and you're going to do the same thing going across the other way. So a little bit of work here, but it ultimately, you're making sure that it's looking perfect. So then you follow it across again and connect it. What that does is it really shuts it off. You can see how it's now connected. You are going to obviously delete these lines later. So this should take you not so long once you really know what you have to do too. Always go across that red axis. Same thing, now that's over here. And then you're going to take what you just connected, bring it back here to make sure that it's perfect, and good. Everything is officially closed off. So what you want to do now is you want to take those lines that you made and delete them. Any visible lines, those are unnecessary. They technically separate the project into different parts, which we don't want. We want to tell the project that all of these are supposed to be connected. So, and really you could delete that line too. Yeah, so you see when it goes from kind of gray and white to like fully one of the colors, that's what you want. So a couple line deletions here. Okay, good. So that looks perfect over there. Even here, you see how it's gray? Once you delete, now it goes to white. It's showing that you want them to be connected and want them to be considered to be one. Excellent. So now we have that. Looks good. One of the later things we're going to do it now actually, is we're going to connect from, and this is just to get the gauge of a line, we're going to take from over there and go straight up. Now I know some weird things happen. The only reason we're doing that is so that we can make a line going across from that location. You could delete all those lines that just came up. So you actually don't want any of these things. You really want it to still look like this. You just want it to find a line right there. So that's the purpose of why we did that. And now over here, it looks like it's a little, I'm just going to assume, and I want you to assume as well, that this is straight up from this circle. And so that's where your 2 lines are for the next thing that you're going to do. So the small one was straight above the midpoint. This one was actually above like the right leg over here. And now we have that. We're going to make this going across. So it said that this is 10 wide. The way that we can make it 10 wide, but clearly in both directions, is we're going to measure in increments of 5. So over here, we're going to go right 5 and then left 5. So we should have this, this, this. Good. And over here, same thing. We're going to go right 5. We're going to go back to it. We're going to go left 5. So once again, you're going to have endpoint, endpoint, endpoint. So that should help us figure out the next part. All right, next video coming up.